So move with the time that you have. The world will keep spinning round. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Listen, I wanna be there with you no matter where you go. Life is a table for two, and we're starting the show. Well, I'm gonna spread my wings and fly so high up above the clouds. You know that time doesn't wait for your dreams. We're living right here and now. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep chasing the sunshine and go out and play. Are you ready for it? Better take your shot. It's gonna do the things that you wanna do, yeah. 'Cause this time is the right time, baby. You're the star and this is all about you. Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play. You know, don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today. Just keep on chasing the sunshine and go out and play, yeah. Hey!
Before going further into the video, I wanted to share a few words of appreciation and some thoughts about Season 2. Originally, I was only going to show the builds, but I thought it was important to share my thoughts about this season, to talk about the good and the bad that this world brought. I'm incredibly grateful for how well this season went. I couldn't be any happier about it, and it very much surpassed my expectations. As for content goes, the videos and everything I have done around the server has had a really amazing engagement compared to the first one. Even the videos around more boring redstone had a really nice amount of views, from a few hundreds from the first season, to some even going well over a couple thousands. That might not sound very relevant at first, and it might even sound a bit superficial to simply see it as views, but when you put your soul into a project that feels very personal and perhaps not the most popular topic to talk about, and people go and reward you with this amount of engagement, it feels incredibly validating. Often it feels like a big risk to make videos about technical things, or even entirely focused on redstone alone, especially when I'm not a content creator like 𝐋𝐢𝐬 with a massive technical audience to follow them. And then there is my love for cinematics and video editing, which often leads me to push that type of content probably more than I should. But the more I make this type of scenes, and the more I edit my videos with new graphics and elements, the more people seem to enjoy it, and what sometimes feels like it's a bit too much, humans go and tell me that it was just right. Going to bed with all the worries in the world after having done a more niche video, and being rewarded in the morning with so many views and amazing comments, I couldn't be any more happy about it. Something that content creators generally don't like to talk about is the support we receive. It's often a bit awkward to talk about making money, especially when a big part of it comes from donations. I'm not a big content creator, I don't make millions, heck I don't even make it to the minimum wage off of my content. But the support I have been receiving has been truly amazing, and I wanted to share the impact that it has had in my life so far. Thanks to all the support, I have been able to improve my computer to a state where I can produce my content in the best way possible, without my PC pulling me back. That might not sound like a lot, and it might sound like spending money on a fancy PC that no one needs, but it truly makes an impact. When one needs to render scenes, edit clips, and do whatever it is that one needs to do, and taking 4 times longer, or the process becoming 4 times harder because of it. That's a constant weight that goes into the content. It's not just that you will end up producing less content in a day, it's that same content will take a lot more of your mental energy, and you will get exhausted so much faster. On a similar note, there is also my physical health. Thanks to all the support, I have been able to improve my health immensely, being able to afford many treatments and medications I wouldn't be able to otherwise. And I hope I have the opportunity to continue doing that for the foreseeable future, because I was starting to grow a bit apathetic towards my own health, and this has been a really big boost to my motivation to put a lot more effort into it. Back to Season 2, I'm overall really happy with everything so far. I have learned a lot, from creating content, to managing the server. Season 2 has really taught me many lessons that will help me do better in the future, but I think it's also important to talk about the less awesome things. My subscription model is heavily based on the server, at least indirectly, since the reward for being a supporter is the access to the server. That means that sometimes people will only join because of the server, which is completely reasonable. Towards the end of Season 2, there has been an exodus of supporters who were there simply for the server. It's understandable that if the server becomes less active and less attractive to play on, people will slowly get fewer reasons to continue playing, and thus not making it worth paying for. Of course, not everyone that left was simply because they grew bored of it, some had many other reasons to do so. It's sometimes hard to differentiate between people not wanting to keep paying for a product, and people not wanting to continue supporting me, especially since I have put my entire soul into the server, and it feels so personal to me. I think it's perfectly valid, and no one should support any content creator more than what they want to. I just wanted to share that I have been struggling in that regard, and struggling to not get attached or have feelings towards those things. When a community is so small, every little sign of support feels incredibly personal and charged with feelings, which makes it hard to not get attached to it. But is something that I think I'm slowly getting used to, and slowly getting to terms with. I have also struggled with a couple of the videos, because I made it in a way that I became reliant on the other players of the SMP. I realized that as much as it is important to make events and other things around the server, I cannot make my content be reliant on it, otherwise the content will instantly fail if fewer people participate in certain events. Back in the Halloween event, I ended up playing in that lobby for many hours, trying to decorate it, and making it look a lot more complete than it actually was, so it would look better in the video, and it wouldn't look so empty. That's something that I want to improve for Season 3. I want to make sure the content doesn't suffer, by planning it better, and making it in a way that it's not reliant on anything or anyone. But leaving all of that aside, I'm actually incredibly happy with everything I have achieved this season, and I'm happy about how far I made it into the town project, pretty much completing what I had in mind. Sure, I could have expanded the town further, but everything I wanted to make is there. I removed an entire paragraph of things I want to improve towards Season 3, from everything I've learned so far. I realized that I'm probably going to leave that for when I announce the new season. I don't want to be spoiling all the new cool additions, not yet anyway. For now, a huge thank you to everyone who was part of this process, thanks to all the new supporters who continue to come, and all of the fallen heroes who helped me get here. Thanks to all the viewers, and everyone that was here for me. Thanks to all the humans who not only accepted, but also welcomed all of my peculiarities, and respected my private life and my decisions. This has been an overwhelmingly positive journey, and hopefully, a much longer one yet to come.
We have found our way. It's a brand new day, and we'll be making history. Are you with me? Won't you stay? We have come so far. This is who we are, and like the rising sun, we have just begun to play our part. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers, stronger than ever. Never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. Hold on tight and don't let go of all your hopes and dreams that light the way. We control our fate. Destiny awaits. We are all the actors in the stories we create. Hope will be our guide. We'll no longer hide. When we roll like thunder, feel the wonder from inside. This is the time we form the chorus. Lift your voice for those before us. We can rely on one another. Feel the pride, let's show our colors. We are heroes and dreamers. We are restless believers, stronger than ever. Never say never. Don't look back now, don't look back now. Rise up, stand with each other. We are sisters and brothers, finding our place and running the race. We'll take our chance and seize the moment. living in the moment. And here we are, dreaming in the open. Now look around, isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way. A new way. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race, and we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming. See the light of a new day dawning. Feel the love from a beating heart. You catch a ride to the top of the world. This is where we start. No, we can't make it last forever. We gotta use all the time we have. And you know that we'll never say never if we ever get the chance. And it's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. This feeling's running high. Life is calling and the world is beautiful. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. There's a winding road we're choosing, looking for a brand new day. And up ahead there's an open door, now we'll find our way. There's a hope for a new tomorrow. We can dream that we'll rise above. Let me be your guide to follow, and you'll always feel the love. And it's good to be alive. It's good to be alive. This feeling's running high. Life is calling and the world is beautiful. Na 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 na. Seize the moment and stop right now. Play the music and live. Well, it's good to be alive. So good to be alive. This feeling's running high.